Hi, my name is Peter West with West Networks, and with me I have Josh Ryder.
Hi.
Say hi, Josh. Okay, we are live, and this is the first time we've ever been live, so it's kind of fun. This is mostly, it's kind of a fun little dual-purpose thing here. We're not only showing off some cool monitors and technology, but we're actually testing out some JVC connected cams and learning how to utilize that technology, and then using Peplink Speed Fusion bonding to create the reliable stream that the camera is using. So it's sort of a multifaceted video, which is why we decided to go live rather than pre-record this and then edit it, because we wanted to play around with the connected cam's capability to stream, and then we're broadcasting that to YouTube. So that is sort of the idea here and what we plan to do. So most people use 3 monitors when they're doing gaming. It's a very popular setup, and it's inexpensive. You can buy a nice 27-inch 1080p monitor for maybe $125.
It's relatively economical at this point to get a 1080p screen.
Yeah, so it's very cheap, or low cost, not supposed to say the word cheap. It's a very low cost way to get this nice work area. And as a workaholic, I like to use them. Most of my screen real estate is used for work. So I'll set up like my email and my phone and things like that on my left screen, my working area on the center screen, and then I'll have like all my chat windows and things like that on the other right screen. And that way I can kind of see what's going on and multitask really nice. And so that being said, we made a triple monitor spanning video a while ago with the old Samsung 1080p's. Samsung has released the Odyssey CRG90?
CRG39.
There we go. And that is a 1440p, but it's a big wide, so it's a 50.
Each screen is equivalent to 2 1440p 27-inch screens right next to each other. And we have 3 of those.
Yeah, so this is going to be fun. So let's take a look at the screen difference here. So here's our triple monitor 27-inch. And we're going to go ahead and set up our lab environment, which is the triple monitor Samsung setup. Dun dun dun! Okay, so here is 3 Samsung 49-inch. I'll let Josh do it. Josh is better than me.
So each of these are 49-inch, 1440p resolution. As I said before, each of them is like 2 1440p 27-inch screens side by side. So essentially 6 27-inch 1440p screens. Right now they're set to 60 Hertz refresh rate. They can go up to 120 Hertz. Right now it's set down to 60 for performance purposes. We're running some pretty hefty games. For that purpose, we have a pretty hefty machine running it with a 2080 Ti RTX graphics card, an i9 9900K CPU, and 64 gigabytes of RAM, just to make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible.
And what game are we launching first?
So the first game we're going with is Xplane, which notoriously is not the easiest game to run in the world. And we're going to be running it on 3 massive screens on the highest settings.
Ah, this is exciting. I'll let you load it up. And I think I'm going to be the one that has to take this off. I am learning this, but Xplane is actually pretty... Oh, look at this. It's already ready. Okay, so let's try this out. Oh, Xplane. This is so immersive. Holy cow.
Alright, so you want to go ahead and select...
It's so big, I was waiting for it to load over here. New flight. Let's do... Ooh, I'm going to do a Cirrus Vision Jet. I haven't done that yet. Okay. Hopefully it takes off the same as the other ones. Okay. Woo! Okay. So I turn my throttle up. Oops. So I'm going to turn my throttle up here. Oh wow, look at this. Okay. Take my brake off. Hopefully Daniel Sarkis isn't watching this. Or my flight percent. Oh gosh. I can't take off. Why is it not taking off?
Sometimes the starting runway is not good enough.
Okay, let's do a different plane. I feel bad. Okay, flight, main menu.
Flight configuration.
Flight configuration. Cessna. That did not work, guys. That was embarrassing. Let's do this again. And we can't crop it either because we're live. Okay. Okay. Dun dun dun. Dun. Why is the brake not working?
Your throttle up?
Yeah, thought it was all the way up.
Indeed not working?
Oh, there it goes.
It's because you started with the throttle all the way up.
Ah.
You need your right pedal.
So awesome. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You can see everything. Look at this. Holy cow. Okay, Cessna's way easier to fly than a Cirrus Vision jet. Okay. So anyways, this is pretty cool. And do you know what frame rate we're getting with this, Josh? Ryder?
Right now we've got a frame rate counter in the bottom left. It looks like you're getting exactly 58 to, it just bounced up to 75 frames per second.
Nice. Wow, this is cool. And I like the fact that you can see everything that way. Okay, so let's end that.
Alright, we're going to get that stuff moved out of the way and move over to Dirt 4.
Alright, it's all the way over there.
It's so big, it's all
Yeah,
over there.
you just can't get... Oh, I see that, huh? It's so hard to read.
Look at that. It's just crazy.
So we noticed in the menu settings on this when you first started out the game,
Yeah.
it doesn't go all the way out to the full distance of the screens. It starts you off in the center.
Yeah. I actually like the way it loads because then it'll span out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when Dirt loads, it's a lot of fun.
There we go. Detected the wheel. But let's just make sure that everything is set. Okay, just calibrate. 90 degrees. Because if you don't calibrate it, there will be issues. Which we found out when we tried it earlier. So right here we've got our Thrustmaster steering wheel, a Fanatec Club Sport shifter, neither the H pattern or sequential, and then we got a T3 PA 3 pedal set for the pedals instead of the stock ones that came with the wheel. In.
There are one or two sections in here after the
Should
road, so
load in
just take care.
fully across all these monitors here.
I don't don't think you got it set up to span. Oh, look at that.
3, 2, 1, go. Keep left over crest. 200. 200 over bumps. 100. Keep right over crest.
And so what is our frame rate and stuff on this?
We're looking
Oh, right now we're
at
getting
about 70 frames per second right now.
FPS. So yeah, it is playing really smooth.
Into left 6. Left 6 through demo. Water splash. Right 5.
He's basically got a 90-degree view on each side.
It's insane.
And left 6. Left 4. And turn. Left 2. 200. Right 4 long. Keep in. Don't cut. 250.
That's pretty good.
200 over the
This is so cool. So what do you think, Steven?
It's working great right now.
Would you prefer like the smaller monitors though?
right 4.
Actually, this is working pretty good because it kind of emulates depth, kind of a little bit.
It makes you feel like you're driving a real
Yeah.
car.
A lot easier to judge,
Keep in. 200.
even though it's technically kind of a smaller area where you're looking forward.
200.
Well, not smaller,
But so when I did the video last time, a lot of people would talk about how it looks squished. But the monitors are actually kind of tall when you compare them to like a regular 27-inch monitor.
Yeah.
So
It
they're
works-
not, even though it's really wide, it's not really squished.
it works perfectly to kind of emulate your peripheral, I feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Left 6.
So even though maybe the camera makes it look squished, when you're sitting there immersed by it,
Yeah.
not really.
But hairpin right. Don't cut. And right 5.
Oh, this is going to be.
Left 5. Left 6 through demo. Right 5. Longs outside.
Let's see if I can zoom in for you guys.
And left 6. 200. 200 over bumps. Left 3 long. Keep in. 250. Right 6 over rest. 200. Bumper finish to stop. Slow to the marshal, please.
So close.
Oh, you got in trouble by the marshal. Why'd you get in trouble?
I don't know. I hit the sign. I made it so close.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that was fun.
Quit.
Okay. So next we're going to demonstrate
There's Recon Wildlands.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Ryder is going to take the privilege of.
Actually, Nick's going to play Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Nick is
I'm
taking-
saving the next game for me.
Okay, Nick wants. Ryder gets the next game.
It's so big. And Wildlands is one of the hardest games to run that we're going to be playing. It's got the largest spanning environments. So it's loading in quite a lot with all these screens going on.
And now you used one of these for. Well, Nick used one of these for. You were the first person in the company to play with one of these.
Yeah.
And you had the option of 3 27s versus 1 49. And so, what was your experience? Because you're actually the only person that's used this monitor over a triple monitor in our company.
I personally really liked these ones for productivity. I feel like if we had the 1080 versions of these ones, I'd probably still stick with the 3 singular ones, but having that high resolution definitely made working and everything else, like, I'd take one of these all day over having actual 3 27-inch ones like we have over there.
Interesting. And, I mean, in the brightness, the clarity, I saw you used Power Toys, right, to
Yeah.
set up all your screens and your windows.
And
So,
do that, and then also having like the HDR on too and things like that for its general work, and just way less eye strain and things like that. I'm just more comfortable working and everything else also.
that's great. And I think, Josh, you ran 2 of them today, playing around. But I don't know if you actually had enough time to actually work because you were setting all this up. But
I worked for a little bit, and having 2 of those, it just, you don't even know what to do with that amount of space. I had 3 Chrome browsers going just because I could, along with my Outlook and Teams. It's going to take some adjusting to get used to not having news.
Going back to the real world tomorrow.
And Wildlands takes the longest to load of all the games that we're going to try. And your menu is going to be on your left screen, Nick. That's where it starts off at.
If you want, here, to the left. It's a bit cut off.
Should have swapped to my mouse for this. There's no judging my aiming also. I'm just putting that out there.
Now we know you like the single monitor view, but you do have 3 now.
It's crazy, even a lot of the modern games don't even have menus designed for something this wide. You have to wait until you're in game to actually get.
Gosh, that's amazing. Holy jeez. So in order to get this setup going, we had to set up 2 80-inch uplift desks side by side. So we had to steal some desks. So we have one 80-inch there, and then another 80-inch there, side by side, in order to make this setup work. What's our frame rate on this?
We're at 79 right now?
So we're getting 80 frames per second approximately.
Yeah.
Don't shoot anybody. Don't shoot anybody.
Horrible.
Don't shoot anybody. Dun, dun, dun. And then there we go.
You see every arrow to your right without actually having to like turn the camera. It's amazing.
We're clear over here.
That's a win for the rebels. Bad news for the cartel and Unidad.
I feel like definitely having all this extra field of view can give you that competitive advantage for sure.
Holy cow. That is insane. I love that peripheral. It's just like, it's just nuts.
See the entire mountain range and a train to our left.
See if I can catch that. Oh, there he is. So that's in the peripheral window. Kind of a train going on there. And if you can see that, like, it's not, that peripheral is stretched out, but it's designed to give you a higher range of view in your peripheral as well while you're looking straight.
It's like if you focus like on like the sides, it's like it's not gonna look as great, but like if you're actually looking straight on, it's like you're not noticing like the fine details, but you're gonna notice if someone runs up on you to the side or something's coming, and it's just supposed to be like that kind of heads up basically, really.
So what game do we got next, Josh?
Next game is Borderlands 3.
One of the best games ever, in my opinion. Claptrap right there. So we get a lot of comments about adapting to the stretched out view, Josh. So while you're playing, why don't we comment on that a little bit? Like actually using those second monitors, is it, because these are expensive monitors. So are you actually, versus three 27s, are these monitors providing value to your gameplay experience beyond just having 3 regular 27-inch monitors? And is it too stretched out?
So a lot of the thing with shooters in particular is situational awareness around your environment. So if you can see, on the right screen, you can actually see a little customization kiosk over there. That's a full 90-degree turn for me to actually face and look at that. In a competitive shooter, actually being able to see that range of view without having to turn to look at it is a huge advantage. So anybody that's using this kind of a setup in a game like CSGO has a massive game up on you.
And from me looking, once again, I know we mentioned it earlier, but talking about that squished view. So once again, from another gamer, like, does it feel squished, or what's that feel like sitting where you are sitting? Because from us back here, it looks like this incredible wide screen without much vertical feel.
The idea is you'll never actually look directly at these screens. It's supposed to emulate your peripheral vision. So if you're ever looking at these screens, you're doing it wrong. It's stretched to give you more of a warning of something being there. It doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily designed to actually look directly at. So, like I said before, seeing something in your peripheral vision, this stretch is going to get your attention much better. So it doesn't actually bother you to see it stretch this way.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I'm going to do my little zoom and pan because it's fun. So we'll kind of zoom in here. And then if I'll pan it here.
Well-tracked piece.
I mean, it's just so much. I'm still spinning.
And we're still getting about 45 FPS with Borderlands on its highest settings.
So this is running on its highest settings, 2080 Ti, i9 9900, 3 of these monitors, and you're getting 45 frames per second.
And I'd say that's pretty good, being that Borderlands is notoriously not a well-optimized game.
That's awesome. That is just so crazy. This is
1440p across all 3 screens.
And so it's the total width, horizontal width is 15,000 something.
Yeah, it's 15,360, I believe.
15,360 by 1440p. Yeah.
So
Jeez.
that's Borderlands 3, and we've got one last game of Just Cause 3 that I think Steven's going to play. And Just Cause 3 is like a Michael Bay movie. It's just
Yeah,
for
just
explosions.
explosions. It's known for explosions.
And the zip tag, the
Grappling hook.
grappling hook.
Now, was it 3 or 4 that literally just had a explosions trailer? I forget. It was one of them, but
3.
it was 3. Sweet, because and like a lot of the other games, it's just gonna sit right here in the center until it actually loads in. I thought it loaded in, but I guess not.
He likes to sit there for a second.
Yeah. Here we go. So let's just start right in. Right here on the intro mission. We're just going to skip this because it's not going to fully show it, otherwise we would.
Not a load of horse apples. You believe this guy, Rico?
TA2LC, 4 minutes.
Alright, so let's just get right here.
Wake up, Rico!
Can you skip again?
Oh, there we go. It didn't let me earlier. Here we are, so you see
Oh, that's a
explosions
landscape.
that just cause for.
Look at that landscape right there. Holy cow.
Start shooting at this.
It's so freaking cool.
Here, like, I think this
What's our
one
FPS?
isn't
45
as bad.
FPS.
45?
We're
On the
far
highest
away,
settings.
but I don't think the searching effect is as bad as this one.
Yeah, it's not as noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it might be because the scenery is so far, like it's such distance.
True,
Yeah.
'cause with Wildlands, it was also a third-person shooter, but it was just all right there. Keep shooting. Right now we're getting about 38 FPS.
And Just Cause 3 was a graphics card killer when it launched.
But right now we're actually, it still looks really good. Even though the screen's just here.
You almost forgot your parachute.
You're supposed to
I
parachute.
was trying to give our viewers some anxiety. All right. I didn't think about the swim though. That Oh. Well, that hurt. But yeah, we're down here on the ground. It's still hanging about 36, 37.
But it looks smooth.
It's stable, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like we're peaking or dipping. We're keeping a constant frame rate, which is pretty important, I would say.
That's awesome.
When this game launched on the top of the line graphics cards, people couldn't get it to run above 30. So we're doing this on 3 of these screens.
That should be enough to show
Yeah.
what the game's about.
So, and then what's also neat about these, from a productivity scale, is you can. Yeah, I mean, we talked about having like email and stuff like this. You can literally have. You can have. I mean, the screen. You can't even. It actually would be hard to have 3. You couldn't do it because I'm sitting here. And it's over there. I'd have to like bend them in. So I think the maximum you could have is 2. And you had 2 earlier today, and you're sitting right here, and you basically have 4 27-inch 1440p monitors, but 3 on a productivity wise, I can't even read that. And I have glasses.
Yeah, I'd say 3 is only exceptional for gaming, 2
Yeah.
for productivity.
But 1. Like right here, your primary view is right here, and the 1440p is far better than the 1080p because now you have more screen real estate, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's just a beautiful monitor. So, this is the first time ever live. Once again, the idea was to demonstrate just play around with the monitors, show off some games, play around with this new JVC connected cam. Play around with the streaming technology, the overlay capabilities that we were using, the ability to stream live, connected, and then also play around with use of Peplink Speed Fusion to stream it live. So kind of mixing all this technology, having a little bit of fun, doing a little bit of work, and made a fun Friday out of it. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope everybody has a great weekend.